Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today on the Feel Good Show. This is the show where we make sure that you go away feeling good about feeling good. I am Dr. Kalefa, and I am going to guide you through the program today. I'm a holistic natural transformation doctor, and I help people to reverse degenerative diseases such as heart problems, diabetes, arthritis, cancer, prostate issues, fibroids, the list goes on. But all degenerative diseases, I help you to reverse them. And on my 90-day programs, I teach you how to make sure that you do not experience disease again. I teach you how to adjust your lifestyle so that you can live disease-free, worry-free. Yeah. So if you are just tired of the pain, the pills, the fatigue, the mental and physical degeneration, then go to my site. It's www.sicknesstosuccess.com. That is my landing page where you will find out most of what you need to know about me and about the programs I run. And I'm also a Jack Canfield Success Principles trainer. So I do help people once they have healed, or whether they are coming to heal or just to change their lives, to transform their lives. I can help you to transform your life. So you can go to Instagram and click on the link in bio. And when you click on that, it will take you to a page where you have a choice. You can either go to my website or you can purchase my range of ebooks. There's 2 up there at the moment. I'm doing super ebooks based on the Joy of Food as Medicine books, the book that I wrote back in 2010. And at the moment up there, you'll find Super Drinks ebook and Super Shakes ebook, and they're at very, very reasonable prices. So do download them, and you can use them to join in the program with me as you go along each week. What I would also say as well is that you can put your email in the chat or put your email on the site, and I will send you the ingredients for the following week's recipe, and you can actually do the ingredients with me. I've kept them all very simple, all very straightforward, but super, super, super nutritional. So you can start to integrate these recipes into your daily life. What else do I have to tell you? Yes, there's a live chat here, so you can chat with me. I am here once a week. And before we start, you can watch me live on YouTube. I'm also live on LinkedIn and on my Facebook site. You can also get information about my healing programs by booking a free chat with me on the link in bio on Instagram. Free 15-minute chat if you want to find out more information, or if you want to book one of my courses, my programs, just go there and click on that chat button, and you will get that direct talk with me. So I believe I've covered all of the housekeeping. So before we move on, I'm going to just ask the higher intelligence to be present with us today, to be part of our program today, to help us to absorb the information that you've been directed here to get, and I've been directed here to disseminate to you, and that we can use this information to its fullest, to help us in our daily lives and to help us to transform and on our journey to optimum health. I have got this week, I have a very exciting and interesting guest that I'm going to introduce to you. The program format is that After the introductions, I'm going to do a recipe with you. Then we're going to sit down and nyam and labrish. That is for Jamaican for eat and chat and chill. So we're going to nyam and labrish after we have made the recipe, and we're going to chat with my special, very, very, very special guest. And then we're going to have a meditation session before we close the program. So that's the format for each week's program. And now I want to just say to you, I'm going to refer to a book that I've been making reference to, and that's the Tao of Sexology, the book of infinite wisdom. So that I'm going to refer to later on. And I have a saying here, which I would like you to just be mindful of as we go into the program. And it's just 1 second, I've got it somewhere. The saying is, most people do not die, they commit suicide. Yeah? So most people do not die, they commit suicide. Think about that as I go through the recipe with you today. So we're going to do our recipe today, and it's called the Early Morning Brain Booster. If you've been watching the show so far, you'll know that we've been focusing on chocolate, and this is no exception. We're going to be doing chocolate again today in our Early Morning Brain Booster. And I'm going to start with avocado. This avocado actually turned out to be enormous, and about half of it would make 1 avocado. So I've cut some pieces, and I'm going to place this in the blender. Here we go. I'm going to take the skin off and place it in the blender. And it should be the equivalent of about 1 medium-sized avocado. Now, avocado is excellent for you. It's natural fat. So a lot of people say, but avocado is a fatty food. Yes, but it is natural, healthy fat, and it's excellent for your heart, and just excellent to put in your diet. For the good fats that you need in your diet. So I've got approximately 1 avocado in there. And the next ingredient is, where's my recipe gone? How many spoons of that do I need? Okay, so 2 teaspoons of spirulina. Now, spirulina is a super food. And we did have spirulina in our chocolate last week, and we're going to have it again this week. Spirulina is full of vitamins and minerals, just too many to mention. I'm putting 2 teaspoons of spirulina in here because I tend to be a bit cautious with the spirulina because the taste is not one that I relish, but it is so good. And it's one of the ingredients that actually prevent radiation in your body. So it's an excellent one to use. 2 tablespoons of wheatgrass. Unfortunately, I use the wheatgrass in the one I made earlier, which is the one we're going to have. But you can put your 2 tablespoons of wheatgrass. Wheatgrass is another excellent food. It's not just a brain. Most of these here that I'm doing today are brain boosters. Yes, the spirulina, the wheatgrass. Wheatgrass is one of those foods that will help you to prevent cancer, to prevent degenerative diseases. In fact, all of the recipes that I do are aimed at preventing degenerative diseases or helping you to reverse degenerative diseases once you already have it. Another one is the lecithin. Now, Normally, you will find that it's soya lecithin that you will be purchasing. But recently, more recently, um, with the controversy about soya, a lot of people are a little skeptical. They're not quite sure what to do. So I have bought sunflower lecithin instead of the soya lecithin, just to put your mind at rest. Okay. Um, and lecithin has choline in it, which is also excellent for your brain and your memory. Um, Cocoa powder. Now, this whole series is about cocoa. Yes, it's about the chocolate. And if I don't get to show you the video of me picking chocolate off the tree here, not far from here, today, I will show it to you next week. Yeah, so you see where the chocolate originates from, and the cocoa powder, as you say. And this is pure raw organic cocoa powder, which has no additives. It is not um, chemicalized. It doesn't have dairy. It doesn't have any harmful ingredients. It's pure cocoa, which is what you want. So make sure that when you go and purchase your cocoa, you go to the health food store and tell them that you want pure cocoa. Okay, so the next ingredient is a pinch of Himalayan pink salt. You don't want to put too much of this in, because you just want to give it that little hint of salt. And Himalayan pink salt is, and the two that I really use most is Himalayan pink salt and Celtic sea salt. Now, when it comes to making savory foods, I prefer the Celtic sea salt because it gives it this extra taste. I can't describe it, but it does give it this kind of it does boost the taste of your food. And this here is cinnamon, and cinnamon will help you to keep that tummy low. Yes. When if you use notice your tummy starts expanding, one of the things you can actually add to your diet is cinnamon. It's excellent for that, for helping you to do that. Not that you can use this and not bother with your exercises. You still got to exercise, but it will help you to keep that bulge from expanding. Yes. Like I said, I'm going to help you to tantalize your lips without increasing the hips. This one is one of them that you can use. Okay, the next thing we're going to put is your agave. Now, I have decided I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of agave. This is organic raw blue agave. Make sure you get your organic raw agave. Yes, there's some out there that are not what they say on the packet. This is actually a low glycemic sweetener, which means that it's great for people with diabetes, because when you have diabetes, you have to make sure that you are taking foods on the glycemic index that are low glycemic. So if you want to sweeten honey, a lot of people say to me, can't I use honey? No, if you're diabetic, it's not a good idea to use honey. And not only that, honey is acidic. A lot of people don't seem to realize that. Honey is acidic. So if your body is acidic already and you're adding honey to your diet, then you are going against everything that you're attempting to do. Yeah, so we don't want you to do that, do we? So you're going to avoid the honey in your diet. Now, I'm going to take this over here and put it on there. And this last week I talked about coconut. Coconut is one of God's blessings on this planet, just like the chocolate. Now, and I will have to go over the chocolate with you again next week, because there's so much to talk about chocolate. I had a young lady come into one of my courses and programs, I should say, and When we started doing the chocolate recipe, she said, "Oh my God, oh my God, I'm in chocolate heaven." I said, "What are you talking about?" She said, "I am a chocoholic and I've been looking for chocolate all the time that I can eat anytime without getting fat and without feeling guilty." And I said, "Well, here's your chocolate without the guilt. This is pure chocolate. It builds your energy. It helps you to reduce weight. It helps you to build your heart. In fact, the ancient cultures, the Mayans and the who's the other one? I can't. I'll tell you in a minute. But they used to use the chocolate bean as currency because they revered the chocolate so much. And they used to, the bride, when they're getting married, used to give the husband's family chocolate beans instead of money. And they believe that the chocolate is the heart's blood. They revered the chocolate so highly. And when you look at the benefits that you get from chocolate, it's amazing. It is absolutely chock-a-block with vitamins, minerals. I couldn't go into all of them. It builds you. This is why they associate it with Valentine, because it's associated with the heart and love. And it is absolutely just wonderful. Do I love chocolate? Nah. Anyway, where was I? I was on the milk. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. I'll tell you what I told them about the chocolate last week. I'll go into a little bit more about it, but it's wonderful. Yeah, you can have it in the morning for breakfast. You can have it for lunch. You can have it for dinner. You can eat it in the middle of the night. You are not going to put on weight. Yes. So all of these recipes are designed for that one purpose. So you can eat and feel good, yes, about yourself. And this is coconut milk. Now, coconut is another highly revered food. And the Sanskrit, in the Indian Sanskrit, which is the old Indian language, they describe it as the tree that provides all you need to live. Yeah, the tree that provides all you need to live. And incidentally, oh, I forgot my blender here. Incidentally, in World War I, they used to, when the soldiers were injured, I'm just putting this is about 1 cup of coconut milk. Remember, it's not the coconut water, it's the coconut milk, okay? And they used to, when the soldiers were injured on the battlefield, they used to just get the jelly, the young coconut. They would put the intravenous needle into the coconut and straight into the arm of the soldiers and give them a transfusion with the coconut water, because the coconut water is almost identical to blood plasma. Yeah? Almost identical to blood plasma. And chlorophyll, on the other hand, is almost identical to hemoglobin. Yes, it's 45, 55. I can't remember which way around. But it's almost identical to hemoglobin. So if you were to put 45% of chlorophyll and 55% of coconut water and you blend that together, this is why I put coconut water in here. When you blend, like you've got the spirulina, you've got the wheatgrass, which is very high in chlorophyll. And when you blend those together, you get what? A blood transfusion, don't you? So you can actually, yes, every day be cleaning your blood because you're giving yourself a transfusion daily. And that's just the water. Next week, I'm going to talk to you about the jelly. Yes. And you guys out there, listen, because this is going to apply to you. And I'm sure you're going to be interested. So let's just blend this. Have I got everything in there? Yes, I've got the cinnamon. I've got everything is in there. Okay, so let's blend this. kind of loosen it up a little. So that's what the coconut water looks like. It's actually water, not milk. Okay, and I'm going to show you one day, upcoming lessons, how to make the coconut milk from the coconut that comes straight off the tree. Okay. Okay, as you can see here, I was blending that in the Ninja. The Ninja takes a little longer to blend than the Vitamix. And here in the Vitamix is one I made earlier. Okay, so I can't wait. So I am going to pour mine out in this one and leave that one for later when I can transfer it to the Vitamix. And this is ice. Don't make your drinks freezing cold because that will damage your blood cells, okay? You don't want to do that. So you want to make sure that whatever ice you use, I'm in a very hot country at the moment, so I want to, everything's kind of warmish. So I'm putting 4 ice cubes in there. And this is the spring water, not the water from the pipe. A lot of people forget that when you freeze your ice cubes, you still want pure spring water. Don't put the water from the pipe in it. Okay, so now I am going to, where is my spatula? There we go. I'm going to have some of this one I made earlier. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. It's quite thick there. Yes, it's quite a thick one, but I like it thick. If you want to water it down a bit, you can by adding some more coconut water or coconut milk to it. Okay, so let me cover this and put it out of the way. It's like gold dust. This is like gold dust. You have one of these in the morning, and that will take you through the day. Another ingredient you can add to it if you want that extra boost is some maca. The maca will boost your energy and your sex drive. Yes. So if you want one of these before you go to bed for any reason that I can't imagine, put some maca in it. And if you want some energy as you go through your day, put some maca in it. Let me show you the maca in case you weren't on the last program. This is also pure maca powder. Make sure when you go to the shop, you see the USDA organic sign on it, and it is pure organic maca. Okay. I save that for my special purposes. Okay. So here we go now. Here we go. So I'm going to taste this. Where's my spoon gone? I'm going to have a little taste of this before we sit down to labrish. Yeah, so we're going to nyam. Excuse me. That is absolutely delicious. And you can obviously play around with the recipe so that it's to your taste, but I think you're going to love this. You can sprinkle a little, as I did before, put a little nutmeg over it. Where's my nutmeg? I got nutmeg there, and it's got mace on it, but I just want the pure nutmeg today. Actually, this one is still, oops, excuse me. Oh, this one is still in its shell because being in Jamaica, a lot of things are coming straight off the tree. So let me just break this with something, break the shell. I bet you didn't know nutmegs came in a shell like that. That's the nutmeg without the shell. And over the shell, you've got this thing, and that's what they call mace. Yeah, the mace can be powdered as well and used. In fact, mace has got a wonderful smell, and it's also very nutritious. So I'm going to just do a little grating here. You don't want too much nutmeg in your drinks because the nutmeg is just to give it that slight taste. You put too much in it, it's going to taste bitter. Okay? So there we go. That's your early morning brain booster. And now I am going to introduce my special guest.
Hello.
Hello.
How
So
are you?
I am wonderful as usual. I'm feeling great. I've just finished the recipe and I wish I could share it with you.
I
But
wish you could too.
yeah, but I'm afraid WhatsApp hasn't got there yet.
No, artificial intelligence hasn't quite got us to that level yet.
Hasn't got us there, and God forbid.
Oh.
Anyway, okay, so introduce yourself, my dear. Tell our listeners who
Yep,
you
give me
are.
1 second. I am just posting you online right now because that was so amazing. I have
Oh, thank
to
you.
tell the world. Oh
Mm.
my gosh, I was like watching you put that recipe together, and obviously I've watched you put things together my whole life, but I had to get my notebook, write some notes. I'm sure I have similar questions to what everybody else was asking. I mean, first of all, the quote that you started with most people do not just die, they commit suicide.
Well,
So true, whether it's stress or food or whatever. I mean, it really is just a slow death, and that's sad. And that, that's why it's so important for people like you to be doing what you're doing. By the way, everyone, I'm Tasha Danvers, two-time Olympian and Olympic bronze medalist from the 2008 Olympics. And you might notice some similarities between me and this one in the other box over there, because that is my mother, and I'm so blessed to have her as a mom. But yeah, mom, that was fantastic. Like I know you, and you're my mom, but you gave so much information. Like, I'm going to ask you some stuff because I'm sure people may have had the same questions. Some of them I know the answers to, but some I was thinking, I wonder if people might be asking this. But when it comes to the coconut water versus the milk, why were they using the coconut water in that last bit there instead of the milk?
well, people just didn't understand the difference between the terminology.
No, I
Uh,
mean in your recipe today, you used coconut water towards the end there versus using coconut milk. Was there any reason that you
Not
chose?
really. You could continue to use coconut milk, but I wanted to use the water just to show you that you can actually make it in
Okay,
either.
right.
Uh,
Oh, so you can mix
both.
it up. You can do either way.
Yes,
Oh, that's
absolutely.
great. And I will tell you though, you did disappoint me a little bit, right? Because I was starting to, as you were talking, I was starting to make my shopping list. I was going to put like 10 canisters of cinnamon because I was like, okay, I'll never have to ever get fat again. And then you were like, but you still have to work out. I'm like, but I never knew that. Like, I never knew that you could, cinnamon does help regulate the fat around your tummy. Okay, that's definitely getting added to to the.
Absolutely. I add it to almost anything. And I tend to, as you saw in the first one, I put about 10 times the amount that I was supposed to put in, but it tastes gorgeous.
Right. So for people who may not really understand like the importance of, say, like you mentioned with the agave and with the cinnamon, and just basically everything that to pick raw or organic or whatever. Why for people who aren't familiar, why is it important to get raw agave? Why is it important to have organic ingredients?
Right. It's extremely important, especially nowadays, because a lot of the products you buy are genetically modified. And the genetically modified products do not sit well with the human body. One of the things that the book that I've introduced and that I'm talking about, one of the things that they talk about is the fact that much of the things that we are putting in our bodies, be it medication, be it food, genetically modified or full of
Possibilities of
preservatives and
pesticide.
chemicals, etc., which are not conducive to health in the human body. It actually causes more problems than it does heal.
Right.
What, in order to heal, you need to eat pure food, because
Right.
the pure food, like the Bible says, the pure food was designed to energize the human body. It's the food that builds your cells, your tissues, your everything is food. Everything that you are has
Okay.
come from the
So the
food.
organic and the raw is all for, better for our bodies. And
Exactly.
who knew spirulina can protect us from radiation? And then we've
Uh,
got, all this stuff going on with 5G. I mean, I had no idea. Like, that was complete news to me. And honey is an acidic thing. I
yes.
never would have known. So talk a bit more. I would love, because I think some people who are new again to this may have some questions around that acidic thing, because honey being acidic, that was a surprise for me. But then also, I'd love for you to tell people who aren't familiar, why is that a big deal, right? That it's acidic. And then the
Okay.
other second question would be, what about things like lemons and limes that people say are acidic? Talk a bit about
Mhm. So let me just take this gulp and then answer the first part.
that.
Mhm. I'm not going to let this melt out there. I can't stop eating it. People tend to think that healthy food tastes bad. And I'm trying to show you that you can have some beautiful food.
For sure.
So anyway, let me get on with answering the question. Why acidic against alkaline? Your body needs to be, in order to be in health, your body must be slightly alkaline, never acidic. When your body becomes acidic, you're leaving yourself open to disease.
Okay.
Like,
Mhm.
for instance, I can't remember the gentleman's name who won the Nobel Prize. He won the Nobel Prize for his research into cancer. And he discovered that everybody who had cancer, their bodies were acidic.
Yeah.
And in order for your body to become sick, you have to be on the acidic side of the scale. You go
Okay.
acid, from acid straight through to alkaline, which is 1 up to 14. 7 is neutral, which is water. Anything, your body needs to be just over 7, 7.45, in order to be in the alkaline range. And it's not just your physical body, it affects your brain, it affects you, and just just being slightly below alkaline, you can end
So
up
we could
dying.
say keeping our bodies alkaline can have some huge benefits. I'm not going to say certain words that some people seem to have a thing
Mm.
about, because they they want to keep health, holistic health people under control. But if you were able to keep your body in an alkaline state, you'll have massive, massive health implications with that.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
another question, like my second question
Just
was about the like
the
people will say,
fruit.
well, lemons and limes are
Yes.
acid. So talk to people about
I
that.
yes, I get asked that question quite a lot, because people, obviously lemons and limes are acidic, but the great thing about them is that once they are inside the body
Metabolizes
transforms them
them
into
into,
alkaline.
yeah.
So
Okay.
in fact, if you want to keep your body alkaline, these acidic fruits are some of the best ways to alkalize your body.
So drinking, like, say, a lime water or lemon water in the morning or whenever is
Yes, I recommend to all my clients that the first thing they do in the morning is to have an 8-ounce glass of water with the juice of a lime or a lemon.
Now, I heard some people saying that you have to be careful in terms of your teeth with the acidic fruit. Is that, do you know, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, brush them more.
Brush them. brush, brush, brush your damn teeth. Okay, got it. Perfect. So you told me had a book you were sharing today.
Oh yes, yes. This book is. I've been actually looking at it, as it has some very very interesting information in here. This is the Tao of Sexology, and when I initially, the Book of Infinite Wisdom, when I initially said I'm going to be taking information from this book, the word sex, everybody sort of, ooh, sex. Um,
Nobody around here has sex, because how did we all get here? Just by
yeah,
magic.
Sometimes I wonder, how did we have children? How did we anyway?
We're all here somehow. The sex
But
starts here.
yeah, sex. I mean, sex is creative. It's creative. It's creation. Yes, you have to have sex to create human beings, and there could be nothing more profound than sexual energy. And these, the Taoists, these are people who studied the sexual energy way before the other ancients, like the ancient Egyptians and the Mesopotamians. They claim that this study was unearthed long before all the other ancients. So I've been looking at it, and what they're saying is that they have different disciplines. The Tao of sexuality is just one aspect of it. The Tao of herbal healing, the Tao of the perfect diet, the Tao of your everyday life, your business, the Tao. They have 8 different disciplines within it. And the Tao of sexology, I chose it because it shows how to use or redirect that sexual energy into the body to rejuvenate and to heal and to bring the body into a state where you can get your mind on the path where they believe you're actually walking with God, because you become an immortalized being on earth, like Jesus and Enoch and Elijah. They were immortalized beings who were walking on earth, and they could actually disappear. They could walk through walls. They could, because the physical body, even though it was still there, it wasn't. It was a spiritualized physical body.
Yeah,
It
because I was
wasn't.
going to say, if I don't particularly have any use for walking through walls at this moment, what would you say is would be good for me to know from the what you've read? Like, what how does it benefit me
Right. Well,
to what you've learned?
what they say is that, well, the benefit is that you are aiming to walk with God throughout your life,
Right,
so that you can go into the kingdom of heaven. You can
right,
live, as you know already, the kingdom of heaven isn't a place. It's a spiritual mindset where you reach a height where you're actually walking with God, where your life becomes, um, you don't get sick. You don't your life gets to a point where you are guided directly by God. You're walking with God, and therefore you get to that stage where you know that you're, I guess some people would call it actualized.
hmm
Yes, if you were to take
So
it down
is
into.
that for everyday people? Because some, I hear that, and it sounds like all out there and monks and almost. I could imagine for some people that would sound unattainable. Like that's for people who don't have a 9 to 5, or who don't have 6 kids to manage. So
No,
how
because
does that work for the everyday person?
right. It is a very practical way of living and looking at life. It's only that you're doing it deliberately. Like they have the Tao of philosophy.
Mhm.
Yes, and the Tao of philosophy actually teaches you about there's different aspects. So the
Right,
Tao of philosophy, the Tao of revitalization, the Tao of a balanced diet, the Tao of a forgotten food diet, which is the herb, the
right.
Tao of the healing art, which teaches you how to heal yourself and others, the Tao of sexual wisdom, which is this one.
Hey. Forget the others. Let's get the
Let's go
wisdom.
straight there, which is what I did. The Tao of mastery, the Tao of success.
Right.
Now, when you look at that list, you will see that they are actually um, re- um, referring to all aspects of life.
Right.
Yes, and it's got exercises in it, teaches you
So
how
what do I do?
to.
What do I need to do? Like, what would I need to do to start going down that path and
Well, I would suggest that you take first thing first, and take a look at your diet. Yes, and ask yourself, What am I doing now? Like that question says, most people don't die, they commit suicide.
Yeah.
What am I doing now in my life that could be seen as committing suicide? How am
Mm.
I
Woo!
contributing
That's
to my death through, and
right.
we're just looking at food. We're not even looking at the mind yet.
Stress,
Yeah.
yeah. The mind, stress, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So look at your food, look at your intake, and ask yourself, given that you know now that the most of the foods that you buy out there are chemicalized, they are genetically modified, etc., etc., and ask yourself, how is that going to benefit me to move along this path?
It's
Because
a
the
good
first thing,
point as well because a lot of times, some foods, like we just consume stuff, like we don't always pay attention, and some foods may be great for someone else, but we notice I don't feel so good I always have that, and then I start getting sluggish around this time. So I guess being mindful of what we're having and when we're having it, and just sort of paying attention to how we feel from day to day can really help us shape at least a
absolutely. And one of the major things that people say to me once they're on my program and they're actually following the program, when I start them off with changing diet, it's changing lifestyle, it's changing, and they even within the first week or two, they find that their energy levels have gone through the roof.
Yeah,
And
well, I've seen you
people,
get people off insulin and all kinds of stuff, and cancer, and you're free of cancer and all sorts of stuff. So I know that is 1000% facts.
yeah,
So,
and it doesn't matter
yeah,
how old you are. A
right.
lot of people believe that once you get to a certain age, you're supposed to go this way and
Yeah.
you're supposed to, yes, exactly. But it's not true. Yeah, this is why the ancients, a
So
lot
we
of
can die happily in our sleep,
Mhm.
smiling. So we can die happily in our sleep, or
Absolutely.
or we could die smiling, having sex.
Absolutely. And this is why this book, I choose the latter. you know I was talking to a gentleman a few years ago, and we were waiting to go into some I was we were speakers at some event, I can't remember what it was, and we were waiting to go in, and he was asking me what I do. When I
Yeah.
told him, he said to me, but if you get people to be really really healthy and they never get sick, how are they going to die? And I thought, hello.
You know what? In this day and age, with the amount of sick people and the way that the majority of people die, it's a really legitimate question
I
because
just
nobody,
think,
like, they don't, not a lot of us are connected to the ancient way that things were. And so we don't know that people used to just be really healthy into their elderly years and just die peacefully in their sleep or
exactly.
sitting by the
Look
riverside.
at the ancient America, the ancient Aboriginal people who were on the continent of America. One of
Native
the
Americans, yeah.
things that I tend to remember of them is that they say this is a good day to die, because they choose when they're going to die. They
Wow.
choose, they get to a certain stage and they
Like,
choose to
I'm
go.
good.
Yeah,
I'm done.
but I'm ready now. I'm ready to go. So they
So
go
people
sit down.
people who are watching, what should, like, if they wanted something to focus on for the week in terms of what you're teaching today, what would that be?
I would say go through your cupboards in your kitchen, take everything out of the cupboard, and take a look at the labels.
Right.
Okay. And if you have time, look up what these things are on, because a lot of them are unpronounceable and unheard of. So you take a look at your labels and then check them and see exactly what it
Right.
is you're putting into your.
Or I will say, for people who maybe have a bigger family and that feels really overwhelming, maybe maybe take a few things that you eat the most and
Yeah,
start checking
yeah,
them. Yeah.
yeah. That would do if you don't have the time, or when you're cooking. Yes, when you take the packet out of the cupboard, take it when you take out your condensed milk. Take a look at it, and you look around you, and members of your family have diabetes. Of course they do. Take a look at the amount of
Right.
sugar in that
Right.
stuff.
So
It's
just really be, it sounds like, this week, just really being mindful and paying attention. So
Yeah,
what about people who are already doing really well? They're on a maybe a really super healthy diet. They eat raw, organic, or whatever. What would they? What thing could they do this week to
they
elevate their?
could start taking a look at their minds, their mind health. Yes, because the mind health is as important. And
One.
when you change and you start to, like you say, you're eating well, you're da da da, you find that your mind begins to get healthy, but you can help it along because most of us have been taught to think negatively, for one. Yes. And
Right.
there are times when people say to me, to save myself being disappointed, I don't expect much from life. I don't expect much.
Boo.
Mhm.
I could die if I had to live that way. Right. Yeah. Definitely. Mind health is huge. All right.
Absolutely.
Great
So start
stuff.
looking at what you're
Thinking.
saying
Yeah.
and thinking. Yes. So that's what those people could actually do. And a lot of people who think they're having this super healthy diet, because they don't have the knowledge behind it, they can still be doing things that are not
Right. Yeah.
particularly right because
Okay.
they're overdoing certain things, or they're,
Right.
you see what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
worth just having a look at it holistically.
Anyway. True. True.
Mhm, mhm.
Wonderful.
Well, thank you so much for coming on here today. This has been my most exciting program.
I was
Um,
laughing my ass off when you were talking earlier, watching this show. You said, "Do I? No. Do I want to honey?" Quite the comedian. Now I'm wondering where I get. People wonder where I get my personality from. My dad is super witty. This one is super silly. Uh, and so I'm the combo of the two. But yeah, it was great. It was great fun.
it was great. I had the
Thanks for
most
having
fun
me.
today. I had the most fun. Um,
Awesome. All right.
the next bit is a short meditation, and then we're going to close the program.
Okay. Perfect.
So, short meditation, where are you? I would like you just to join me in just closing your eyes and taking a few deep breaths. So, just take a nice deep breath, and as you breathe out, just allow your body to just completely relax. From the top of your head, feel the relaxation spreading down your body, your forehead, your face, the little muscles around your eyes, your eyelids, cheeks, your jaw. Allow your teeth to part just a little because tension tends to build in your jaw. Feel the relaxation spread down your neck, out across your shoulders, down into the muscles in those huge shoulder blade muscles. Feel that relaxation as you breathe out, traveling down your back all the way down to the small of your back. And take another really deep breath into your abdomen and relax the muscles in your chest, internally and externally. And allow the relaxation to spread into the muscles of your arms, down through your elbows, your wrists, all the way to the tips of your fingers. And just let your arms feel very heavy and relaxed. And just affirm to yourself that you're going to completely let go and relax and make these few moments of relaxation your own. Take another deep breath, and as you breathe out, relax your abdomen, the muscles across your abdomen, and the muscles internally. Relax your hips and feel yourself sinking into the chair, the seat. Feel those large muscles in your thighs as they relax. And the relaxation continues to spread down through your knees, into your thighs, your ankles, the bottom of your feet, all the way out to the tips of your toes. And now just take a nice deep breath and take yourself to a place of peace. You can either choose a place in your mind that you make up, Or you can bring back a memory of being next to the sea and listening to those waves as they lap against the shore. Feel the warmth of the sun as it penetrates your skin. See that blue sky above, not a cloud in sight. Take another deep breath and just make yourself even more comfortable. And feel that gentle breeze as it caresses the hairs on your arms, your legs, your face. And as you're relaxing so well, just become aware of all the sounds around you. Become aware of all the sounds you can hear, the lapping of the waves on the shore, maybe even seagulls as they glide above against the blue sky. Smell that freshness of the sea air as it gently wafts past your nose. Take a nice deep breath and relax even deeper. And as you're relaxing so well, just ponder on these few words with me as I speak them. No congestion. There is no congestion nor stoppage of action. Life flowing through me is perfect and clear. It cannot be stopped, retarded, nor hindered. I feel the one life flowing through me now. It eliminates all impure secretions and washes me clean from all suggestion of false deposits in the flesh. I am clean, pure, and perfect. And my word eliminates all else. There is no congestion. Just continue to ponder on those words for a few moments and allow them to sink in. Just ponder on those words. And when you're ready, you can begin to return to full awareness. Begin to gradually return to full awareness, bringing with you all the positive feelings that you have experienced during this period of meditation. Feelings of calm, relaxation, tranquility. Bring them with you as you return to full awareness and continue to maintain those positive feelings throughout your day and for as long as you choose. When you're ready, you can just open your eyes.
Where's
Okay.
that? Good, nice.
I
She's gone.
You should have been in your bed.
Oh my gosh. So
Actually,
where's that song that you played at the beginning?
I'm going to put that on now to play
Yeah,
us
let's
out.
do it.
Yes, play us out. And I hope you will join me again next week, whether in physically or distant. Listen to the program. And it's been absolutely wonderful having you with me today. So
Thank
here
you,
we go.
everyone. Don't forget to like, share, comment, follow
Oh,
whatever you loved on her show today. If you got some really great tips, I know I did. Definitely write in the chat what was beneficial to you. What information did you get that you didn't know before, or what are you going to be using or working on this week? Don't forget to follow her, like I said, chat. And if you want to find out more about me, go to www.tasha360.com. That's where you can find all my social media as well. So
absolutely. That's my girl. There we go. Yep. Oh,
wrong way. I'm over here. I'm over here.
oh, oh. That was great. That was really
All
great.
right then.
So
Let's dance it out.
yes, I'm gonna dance out of here now. Here we go. Woo.
Bye.
Okay, so see you soon. Bye everyone. Bye everyone. Take care.